Kriya Shakti Pradhan Sankarsana Balaram Prakita Aprakita Srishti Karanadakasai. So out of three transcendental propensities of the Supreme Lord, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, the Kriya Shakti that is represented by uh, or the controller of the Kriya Shakti is Sankarsana, Balaram. And with that potency, Kriya Shakti potency, the creation, both material creation and spiritual creation are effected. অহংকারের অধিষ্ঠাতা কৃষ্ণার ইচ্ছায় গোলকে বৈকুণ্ঠ শিরে চিৎশক্তির দ্বারা a spiritual potency is manifested in the spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan and spiritual planets. যদ্যপি অসিজ্য নিত্য চিৎশক্তি বিলাস তথাপি সংকর্ষণ ইচ্ছায় তাহার প্রকাশ. Actually, there is no creation in the spiritual world. The creation means it begins at a certain time and ends at a certain time. But in the spiritual world, there is no such beginning. But because we find the creation of this material world by the Kriya Shakti potency of Lord, therefore, it is understood that the spiritual world is also manifested by the same potency with the help of his spiritual energy. Sahasrapatrang kamalang gokulakhag mahatpadam tatkarnikarang tadhyama tad anantangsta sambhavam. That original planet Golok Vrindavan is described here in the Brahma Samhita just like a lotus flower. মায়াদ্বারে সৃজেতে হ ব্রহ্মাণ্ডের গণ জড়রূপা প্রকৃতি নহে ব্রহ্মাণ্ড কারণ. Now, so far this material creation is concerned, it is said here that by his material potency, he manifests this material world and unlimited universes within the material world. Nobody should think that the material world has come out of nothing, out of void. No. This is confirmed in all Vedic literature and especially in the Brahma Samhita and in the Bhagavad Gita also it is stated, Maya adhakshena prakriti swati sacharacharam. So, material nature is not independent. It is a misunderstanding, a wrong conception that matter is working out of its own accord. Matter has no power to work. It is a jararupa. Jararupa means it has no moving capacity or what is called initiative. Matter has no initiative. Therefore, matter cannot manifest in such a way without the direction of the Supreme Lord. Mayadare sijete hom brahmander gone. Actually, it is his direction, but material potency is help only, that's all. Jara হইতে সৃষ্টি নাই ঈশ্বর শক্তি বিনে তাহাতেই সংকর্ষণ করে শক্তির আধানে. Jara হইতে, from matter there is no possibility of any creation. The Sankarsana is manifestation of Sankarsana. Balaram, he is the director of this material creation. ঈশ্বরের শক্তি সৃষ্টি করে প্রকৃতি লৌহ যেন অগ্নি শক্তি পায় দাহা শক্তি. Just like it is in contact with the fire the iron becomes red hot and it becomes fire. Similarly, in contact with Sankarsana, this material energy gets potency and thereby the material manifestation is there. Etau hi vishwasya bija joni Rama mukunda Purusa pradhanam अन्नीय भूतेषु विलक्षणस्य ज्ञातस्य चेषात इमौ पुराणम्. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, it is stated that this Rama and Krishna, Rama means Balaram and Krishna, uh, they are the root of this material creation. And both of them enters into each and every universe and maintains that. Annantarasthang paramanu chayantarasthang. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. সৃষ্টি হেতু যেই মূর্তি প্রপঞ্চ অবতারে সেই ঈশ্বর মূর্তি অবতার নাম ধরে. For material creation, the expansion of the Supreme Lord, for the purpose of material creation, is called incarnation. That is called avatar. मायातीत भरब्ब में सवार अवस्थान विश्व अवतरी धरे अवतार नाम. All Vishnu expansion, that in the spiritual world, and they all of them reside there. But when they come into this material world, it is called incarnation. Actually, avatar, the Sanskrit name is avatar. Avatar means who comes down from the spiritual world. Avatarati means descends. Uh, descends. They are not born of this material energy. They descend from the spiritual world. সেই মায়া অবলোকেতে শ্রী সংকর্ষণ পুরুষ রূপে অবতীর্ণ হইল প্রথম. পুরুষ রূপে, the first incarnation for this material creation, the Mahavishnu. Saikkhata, simply by glance, this material world began its activity. সেই মায়া অবলোকেতে শ্রী সংকর্ষণ পুরুষ রূপে অবতীর্ণ হইল প্রথম. জগৃহে পৌরসংরূপী ভগবান মহদাদেবী সম্ভুতং সৌরসকলম আদৌ লোকস্য শিক্ষয়া. Adau lokasya shiksha. Just before the creation, the Mahavishnu, he takes his incarnation and he puts his glance on the material energy and the creation begins. Addu avatara purusha parasya kala svabhava sadasad manasya drabbang vikara guna indriyani virat sarasthanu charishna bhugna. So Adda avatar, the first Purusa avatar, Mahavishnu, is very vast. Just imagine how much great he is, his body is, that from his breathing all these universes are generating. সেই পুরুষ বিরজাতে করেন স্বয়ন কারণাদি সাই নাম জগৎ কারণ. That Purusa avatar, the first incarnation of Purush, he lies down in the water of causal ocean, and his name is Karanadakasai Vishnu. Karanabdhi pare mayar nitya avasthiti birajar pare paro brahma nahi gati. Karanabdhi pare, that just on the other side of the ocean, Karan, causal ocean, this material energy is situated. Birajar pare paro brahme nahi gati. And this material energy has no entrance in the spiritual kingdom. Parvattate tatra jarastamasthayo sattancha missancha nachakal vikrama najat pramaya kimuta pare harir anubrata jatra sura surarchitaha. The description of the spiritual world is that there is no rajasama. This modes of passion and modes of ignorance is not there. Shuddha sattva. Shuddha sattva and simply goodness, pure goodness, without any tinge of passion and ignorance. So, pravartate jatra rajastamastayo sattancha missancha nacha kala vikrama. There is no mixed goodness, simple goodness, and nacha kala vikrama. And there is no influence of time. This is the description of the spiritual world. There is no modes of passion, and there is no modes of ignorance, and there is no influence of time. And more, that means there is simply the pure goodness. And in pure goodness, we can understand our constitutional position, we can understand what is God, what is creation, everything. These are goodness means prakash. Prakash means knowledge consult. And so long we are in ignorance and passion, there is no knowledge. In ignorance, there is no knowledge at all. In passion, there is some glimpse of knowledge, and in goodness, there is full knowledge. So the living entities there, they are full of knowledge. Therefore, they do not come into this material world. And nadatra kala vikram. And because there is no influence of time, therefore there is no past, present, and future. In this material world, there is influence of time. Therefore, we have got this past, present, and future. So these things, of course, theoretically you have to understand, but these are authentic explanation from scriptures, Vedic literatures. At least we have to accept them theoretically. The spiritual world means that there is no ignorance, there is no passion, and there is no influence of time. Najatra maya kimuta pare, and this maya, this illusion is also absent. Kimuta pare harer anubrata jatra sura sura chita. And there in the spiritual planet, all the living entities, they are all surrendered souls or followers of the Supreme Lord. There is no misconception that I am Lord, I am God. There is no such misconception. They're all clear of this nonsense ignorance. Anubrata. They're always following. Therefore, there is unity, oneness. That is oneness. God is one, and the living entities there, they're all followers, obedient of God. There is no influence of time, no influence of ignorance, no influence of passion. So that is perfect. That is spiritual. Kingdom, the description of spiritual, this is in from Bhagavad. And there are other verses in this chapter where this verse appears, that I have read it, that there are aeroplanes also, and the devotees and the women, they are just like lightning. So it appears there are men, there are women, there are aeroplanes, there are everything is there. The simply difference is that there is no influence of time. Influence of time there is no, that means there is no past, future, and present. There is no death. Death is the influence of time. An old man like me is going to die, where death means the influence of time is being acted on this body. So after a few days or a few years, this must vanquish. So there is no influence of time. So there is no death, there is no birth, there is no ignorance, and everyone is obedient, everyone is happy, and their features of body is also exactly like God. In the spiritual planet, all of a sudden if you go, you cannot distinguish who is God and who is not. So, just like here also, and Krishna comes and he appears just like one of us. So, man is made after God. So, so far features are concerned, there is no difference between God and man. Uh, but the difference is only that God has no material body. We have got this material body subjected to the influence of time. When Krishna comes, he does not become old. He remains just like a boy, even when he is great grandfather, because on his body there is no influence of time. Because his body is spiritual, therefore there is no influence of time. माया जे द्विवृत्ति मायार प्रधान माया निमित्त हेतु प्रकृति विषय उपादान. This material energy is divided into two, pradhan and upadan. Pradhan and upadan. The whole total material energy is called pradhan, and the material elements are called ingredients, upadan. যেই পুরুষ মায়াপানে করে অবধান প্রকৃতি ক্ষোভিত করি করে বীর্যের আধান. Now in the Bhagavad Gita I have read that Mohojani Mahad Brahma Tasang, that it is stated that Ahanga Bija Pradapita, I implement the seeds of living entities into the matter. So, in the matter, the seeds of living entities, as we are, they are impregnated. As the father impregnates the mother, similarly, this material nature is just like mother, and therefore material nature is worshipped as mother, goddess, Durga, Kali. Yeah. And this worship of the country, nationalism, that is also the same matter worship. Just Shatu Buddhi Kunapiti Dhaduke. So long we are not enlightened, we are worship of this matter, energy. And when you are advanced in knowledge, then we are worship of the Supreme. The Krishna consciousness means an advanced stage of knowledge. It is not in the material platform. Therefore, anyone who is in Krishna consciousness appropriately and thoroughly, he is liberated from material consciousness. সাঙ্গ বিশেষভাবে আসাবে প্রকৃতি স্পর্শন জীব রূপ বীজ তাকে কইলে সমর্পণ. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is this evidence. Daivat khuvita dharminya sasyang junu parappuman adhatta bijang shanusuta mahattattang hiranmayam. So, from this version of Srimad Bhagavatam, that the living entities as seeds, they are coming from the spiritual world. They are not products of the matter. Therefore, it is not possible to produce living entity with material chemicals and material elements. It is not possible. Some of the modern scientists, they claim that we shall now give life, or they advertise in that way. From this verse, we can understand that it is not possible. Because these living entities, they are just like seeds and they're coming from the spiritual world, from the body of the Supreme. Those spiritual and I mean to say living entities are desirous of enjoying sense gratification. They are allowed to this material world. Others, they are in the spiritual world. Kalavritya tu maya gunayam adhokshaja purusa atmabhutena birjam adhatta birjavan. There is another verse, how the seeds are given within this material world. তবে মহত্তত্ত্ব হইতে ত্রিবিধ অহংকার যাহা হইতে দেবতা ইন্দ্রিয় ভূতের প্রচার। Now, here is a short description of the creation. The first material energy, then the seeds of the living entities are impregnated into that material energy, and then Mahatattva, from the material energy, this ego, false ego comes out. First manifestation of this material world is this false ego, Mahatattva, Trivida Ahankar, Jahite Devata Indriya Bhuter Prachar. And from that ego, all these and human beings or demigods or other living entities, they are and coming out. সর্বতত্ত্ব মিলি সৃজিলা ব্রহ্মাণ্ডের গান অনন্ত ব্রহ্মাণ্ড তার নাহিক গণন. In this way, the Lord created unlimited number of universes. This one universe which you are seeing, that is one only. But there are innumerable universes that is created. यह महस्ष्टा पुरुष महाविष्णु नाम अनंत ब्रह्मांड तार लोमकूपे धाम. Thou, the expansion of Krishna, who is doing all these material expansion, he is known as Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu. গবাক্ষে উড়িয়া যাইছে রেণু ভাসে আসে যায় পুরুষ নিঃশ্বাসে সহ ব্রহ্মাণ্ড বহিরা. Here is a nice example. You have seen this sunshine entering your room through a hole of your window, and you will find so many atomic demonstration. These Brahmandas, these so many universes, they are emanating from the breathing of Mahavishnu in that way. পুনরপি নিঃশ্বাস সহ যায় অভ্যন্তরে অনন্ত ঐশ্বর্যতার সব মায়া পাপ. In this way, all the universes, they enter into the body of Mahavishnu after the creation is over, and again comes out. In this way, it is coming and going, coming. Bhutta bhutta praliyat. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that they are coming and going within. This is the way of material nature. And here is another evidence from Brahma Samhita. Jassaika nishyasata kalamathavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadannanatha Vishnu mahan sayajas kala vishesha govindamadi purusam tamaham dayami. Such a vast, gigantic Mahavishnu, of whose breathing producing these universes and whose inhaling, annihilating all the universes. Such vast Mahavishnu is only a part and part of the expansion of Krishna, Govinda. So, Brahma says, Govindamadi Purusam Tamaham Bhajami. So just we have to imagine how much potential is the Lord Krishna. Thank you, gracious.